There's two things I really noticed big time. First one is the AI wave taking place in reality. So you see a lot of AI branding and so on. The second one is robotics. The robots becoming alive. So last year, I remember vividly, we had maybe 10, 15 different names. This year, it's double and more. And they are accessible all over, different categories, different use cases. So we're starting to see that merge of machines, regardless if it's a car, a robot, a flying machine, flying taxi, anything goes. And at the same time, powered by a great engine, which is the artificial intelligence, which is the strategy of UAE in general to become one of the main spots and leaders in AI, with billions and billions of dollars of investments already being pumped. And we've seen the US coming back here to try to build the next generation data center for more growth, if I want to say, and leadership in the space of AI. Robots has been here for a while, software robots. But now we're going to be seeing them more into physical, actionable robots. And this is how we can help the future to become not just more accessible, but more interactive, more request demand, and then interaction with people, citizens, and so on and so on. So we're going to be seeing a lot of deployments of robots, physical robots, and more software robots. So imagine there with AI and a lot of robots and software and hardware all coming together to service the city of the future. Now we're working on the brain, right? AI is the brain, AI is the decision making, AI is the data, and then it works similarly to our thinking. So with large language model, what is it actually doing? It's working similarly to how the brain works. Of course, it has limitations, but at the same time, it has much more advantages than us due to the data processing part and so on. But now we're witnessing two new waves. The first one is actually the robots and the robotics that is gonna change everything. It's gonna be, I predict, in the next 3 years or 3 to 5 years, robots will be in every home. One way of a robot. It could be single function, multifunction, and then next after that, it's gonna be empowered with quantum computing, which is gonna take us into another dimension. It's powered by AI or something called AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. We're not there yet. We're producing, hopefully it will come within the next year or so. And if we go there between the brain, advanced brain, and robotics and quantum, that's gonna be an explosion. What I advise is you get yourself educated as much as you want, but in reality, as much as you can, because you will be competing with robots in the future, software and hardware. So how can we always stay valid in our day-to-day operations? This is what's going to be different from one person not having a job, and the second one is maintaining the edge of technology. If you want to lead, you need to start preparing yourself in a testing phase, because you have to see first what's available, right? You have to start putting the innovation part. What's available? Let's test it. Will it work? Will it not work? Does it service us or not? So you need to prepare all of this internally and then upskill your employees. Upskilling is the most important skill at this point of time for the next 3-4 years, because they are in need of empowerment to change how they work, and most importantly, to know what is the future and how they can integrate with it. Everybody today should learn artificial intelligence one way or another. The doctors are doing it, nurses are doing it, engineers are doing it, so why not also in the financial world get everyone educated with AI, artificial intelligence, one way or another, be technical or to be business, it doesn't matter. If you go on the stands, most of them are adding the AI, and even in the names. Of course, it has some hype elements, and we have to be on board of this hype. But in reality, we also have to give a good use case, or we have to solve a good problem. And now, with everybody advertising AI left and right, part of their offerings or part of their solutions, But when it comes to reality, what is the solution giving? What's the unique? What is it really working what we want? And the second thing we have to ask, is your use case achievable? Can we implement it in our organization? There's a hype there, but what do we have in our organization to be able to align together? According to MIT study that was published last month, 95% of the AI projects are failing. Just imagine, a few years ago, digital transformation had 70% failure. Now we jump to 95 in the AI because of part of it is this hype. And secondly, part of it is the client's readiness from skills, they're not ready, from data, where is it resided and how is it governed and where is the data, do they have data lakes, do they have, all of this ready? And then the process itself and the use case, what are we solving? There's a lot of use cases, of course, but if you go into the finance world, you see a lot of solutions being deployed left and right. And then when you come and start deploying, and then you want to go back to the basics, which is data and APIs, they're not ready for that. Well, that's my bread and butter. So for me, if you don't assess, if you don't strategize, if you don't take a pause and think what you are doing, you're making a wrong move. Because coming and implementing a solution will give you maybe 5% of what you want, but rather than going to the drawing board, getting ready assessment, getting the assessment of where you want to be, putting a plan, and then working on it is, it doesn't come arbitrary, it doesn't come out of the blue. You have to put a target of where you want to be, put that strategy. Was it in artificial intelligence? Was it in, it's coming, quantum computing? Was it in blockchain? Finance is moving into the blockchain world. Are we implementing anything there? So we have to be also agile in terms of how we do it, and then strategize and get to know where we can succeed, what are our gaps, and then fill those gaps on depending what vertical we are having those gaps.